No, they can't.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello.
We have to hold the microphones the whole time. That's all right. I'm going to scoot closer to you.
Okay. That's how you're feeling. That's good. How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Good. We are on our baby
moon. You're supposed to say baby. I'm supposed to say moon. Baby,
we are on our
baby moon.
Baby moon. Where are we?
We are in. Actually, I shouldn't give the location.
That's not where we are at all.
We're in North Carolina at an undisclosed location.
Yes, we are on our final little trip.
Yeah, together.
No, not ever.
Well,
for just a little bit. You know, I'm almost about to have a baby, so This is our final trip before the baby.
Right.
But not final trip ever.
Just the last time we're going to have some alone time for a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm not going to be one of those parents that's like, I can never leave my baby. We got to have our alone time.
Yeah.
So we are in North Carolina. I actually just went to Oklahoma last weekend to have my baby shower with all of my friends and my family. So that was really nice to do that one more time. And then I flew in Monday, woke up, packed, drove to North Carolina.
Right. I must say, usually we are really smooth at road trips and things are fairly easy and smooth for us. And this one, the road trip from Sarasota to North Carolina was pretty difficult.
Yeah, that was probably one of our worst days of driving.
Yeah, it's hard.
The whole time it was dark and rainy, and there was a tornado watch and warning at some point.
Right.
It was like wherever we were. I think we were in South Carolina. No, it was our tornado warning. We just weren't very efficient with our stops. Like, we are usually really good at our stops. Like, we get in and out. We're back on the road, but I think we had 2 hours. It was supposed to take us 9 hours. It took us 11.
I think I was tired starting off with. Kayla was a little tired just from her previous travel, the few days before.
I am a trooper.
She really is. She is. So
I am a trooper.
So we've been here in North Carolina for a few days. We've got to explore.
And it's both our first times here in the state. It's a new state for us.
Yeah, I haven't got to explore
Checking
here
it
before.
off the list. How did we get this cabin?
Yeah, so that's a whole other can of worms.
No, it's not. We just,
all right,
you have friends. This is their house. We are at their house.
All right, so
it's not that complicated.
Stefan and Nikki, they're from Sarasota, Florida. They've had this house up in North Carolina for some time. They would come up here in the summertime, or they would Airbnb it out, and they just lived there in Sarasota, had small businesses there, and they just recently kind of decided, like, hey, let's make it full time and let's turn our summer house into just the place that we live year round. So they sold their Sarasota home and they've been here living in North Carolina. But I know Nikki she was a manager at the restaurant that I worked in, and honestly, she's just like another mother to me, you know what I mean? And we've had a really awesome, special relationship. I met her husband, Stefan, who I met him at a Christmas work party that Nikki brought him to, and we just hit it off. Mm-hmm. And I would see him at the gym that I worked out in. He would come in about the same time every day, so we would always see each other and say hi. Well, after we talked at that Christmas party, we kind of became buddies, and then so we ended up just working out together. We would work out several days a week together, so that's how I met Stefan.
Yeah, he's in super good shape.
Yeah, he's in great shape. And then they have two sons, Kenny and Austin, and then I actually trained both of them behind the bar, bartending. And so I know that entire family.
And we are sleeping in their bed now.
Yeah, we're staying at their house. And
no, very grateful for them to let us come and stay here.
they're just like another, just Stefan's kind of like a mentor to me. And just, they're like a family that we're really close with. Awesome. And they're awesome.
They are awesome. So that's kind of how we even got to North Carolina. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. We've been to Georgia, South Carolina, but never quite made it up to here. And this was kind of our opportunity. So we jumped on it while we could. And this is our last little hurrah before baby boy comes out. So obviously North Carolina is beautiful. I would say this time of year is a little slower because the leaves aren't changing. It's cold.
So we're sitting here outside. In their kitchen looking outside, and they got bird feeders, and there's deer feeder, and there's deer all in their neighborhood. They actually live in like a horsing community, an equestrian. Yeah, I don't want to give away too many. I don't want to give away too many details.
Their house looks like this.
Location.
These are the cars outside.
But no, it's beautiful.
It's still really pretty.
I want to talk about our experience as we drove.
So we were driving for 11 hours. The last hour of the drive, I'm driving because we switch off. Like Tyler started, then I went, and then Tyler, and then I was the one finishing, and while you were asleep.
Right.
And I'm already not a good late night driver. I get tired. Like as soon as it's dark time, it's really hard for me to drive at night.
I didn't know that you were ready to switch.
Well, I was being nice.
You were being nice then.
Just not a surprise. And the last hour, thank God, we had stopped at Sonic, and so we both had 2 cups full of ice, and I'm like, I can just feel myself like getting tired. My eyes are getting real heavy, so I'm like, what can I do to distract myself? I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to chew on this ice. So I got about 30 minutes of my cup, and I was like chewing on the ice. It was keeping me awake. It was cold. And then I was out, and I was like, I woke you up. I was like, hey, give me your cup of ice. I was like, I need your ice. So anyway, I chewed on ice for the last hour of the drive in the dark. And for whatever reason, it hasn't even done this to us since, but it took us, the last hour was like through neighborhoods, not on the highway, which is weird because this whole time we've been coming back here, we've been going on the highway. So anyways, I'm like driving 40 miles an hour. I have my brights on because there's deer everywhere or wildlife. It was just not great. Anyways, so we pull into the neighborhood. We are 0.8 miles away from the house. I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Almost there.
And then it had been raining, like Tyler said, all day. And we come up to a huge flood. We were 0.8 miles from the house.
Yeah, the road pretty much went, and then it disappeared into the darkness, and you could see it up a ways coming up out of the, and it was probably 25 yards, 30 yards.
Yeah,
of that.
And then all we see is water, like branches.
There's even a fence. There's a fence that runs parallel to the road, and it goes, and it just disappears.
And then all we see is
and then it comes up out the other side.
Yeah, not very much of the fence. I'm like, I don't know how tall this fence is. We didn't have any awareness.
So we just looked at this thing for a few minutes, and I'm like, am I going to have to take off my socks and shoes and go out there and try to wade across and see where the road is?
You were about to. Like, I'm going to go and take off my shoes.
Anyways, we looked at the map, and there was actually another way around. So we just had to go another mile or two back down around the road
that's
another way, and we made it.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, so I'm looking at the fence, I'm looking at the trees, and I'm like, I don't know how tall these trees and fences were before I got here, so I can't drive this truck through the flood with a chance of it flooding right when we're right by the house.
So this is my brand new pickup truck, and I'm like, I got my dog, my girl, baby, all of our podcast equipment, and I'm thinking,
I can't flood this thing.
I'm thinking, man, this is all I got in here. No, but okay, so
we made it.
We made it. But to me, this is like if you're aware or you're this is a metaphor for life, so to speak, right? You know, we literally were off on this journey, going down the road. Maybe a little bit of our timing's off, you and I, or whatever, and we get here, and it's raining, and then like we're right by our goal, and literally there's a flood, and it's just like we might have to sleep in the truck and just or wait this thing out for a little bit, you know, or wait until we see another car come across, or you know, people that live here maybe know. So it's to me, you have these experiences in life, and if you're open and aware to them, you realize that it's a metaphor, and it can be a metaphor for life. And so this metaphor being maybe we're very close to our goal, and we just got to be a little patient and find another way around.
Yeah, but we made it, and it's been awesome. They do have 2 cats, and my dog doesn't typically like cats.
He's done good. I feel like they've all done good. I think Kayla just gets a little nervous about the cats, and then he's nervous, and right now these 2 birds are fighting outside. Yeah, you got like the squirrel, the bird feeder, they have a deer feeder. Anyways, just nature, all the nature stuff. But yeah, the dogs and cats have gotten along, or the dog and cats have gotten along pretty well.
Yeah, so looked up a couple of things to do around where we are staying. We're in a pretty good spot. We are really close to Asheville. We are really close to Charlotte. Right. And then there's this one place that I really wanted to go that I've seen before. If you haven't ever seen it, looked it up, been, whatever, it's called Pretty Place Chapel.
Right.
And although it's a little creepy and secluded, it was really beautiful. It's basically just this outdoor chapel with pews and a roof and a cross that sits overhanging, looking over the mountaintop, looking out towards the mountains. And I'm not really one to research things. I just like the way they look. So honestly, I have no idea what this place is even about. I mean, I know it's at the YMCA Camp Greenville in Greenville, South Carolina. It's called Pretty Place Chapel. But other than that, I have no idea. All I know is it's pretty.
So,
do you know anything about it? Did you read any of the signs that I don't?
I read all the things on the wall, all the plaques.
Those are just like quotes.
It's a lot of history, you know what I mean? So
yeah, there was like a picture of a guy from obviously a long time ago, and there wasn't the roof yet, I don't think, but he was just outside with the pews and the cross. So it looked like it was really old. I just have no idea how old it was.
It's beautiful for sunset. Yeah. She made me wait in the car, in the truck for 2 hours. And we're out there, and she's like, all right, yeah. And I was like, you said we were going to a town. I thought we were like going to a city. You know what I mean? I'm like expecting taco trucks and vending machines. And
we did get there a little early.
So we got there a couple hours early.
I just figured it was going to be really busy. So
yeah. So anyways, got to take a nap in the truck for about 20 or 30 minutes, which is what I needed. And then it was a great sunset. It was good.
You didn't want to wait till sunset, but then when you experienced it, you were happy you did. That's
I always
like another
am.
metaphor.
I always am. Yeah, you're right.
Another metaphor.
That's why we're good for each other.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm impatient, and you're like, "Come on, dude, just do it." And I'm like, "All right."
You do well about just. You don't complain. You're just like, "Oh,
you can tell.
Okay, I didn't know we were doing this, but."
You can tell I'm not completely thrilled.
Yeah.
But I'm not like too upset about it.
Get mad, but I haven't done that too often. Usually, you know the plan because I'm the planner of most of our trips, I would say.
Yeah, but you're not even like a super big planner either. We kind of go fly by the seat of our pants a little bit.
I do like that, which is kind of a point we'll get to later about why, the importance of traveling, why we like to travel, what we think it brings out in each of us. But
right, so
yeah, and then we did that. That was
when we were there, I had a little jar of my dad's ashes, and so I spread them out there, and I just thought it was a beautiful place. And I'm thinking, I know that he would be proud of me, like getting to travel and see all these places, and I kind of wish that we had got more time together so that he could be with me at those places. So
yeah, that was a special moment, I think.
Yeah, so
we were really all alone for a little bit, and then you you brought just a little bit of your dad's ashes and spread them out. And did you say anything or think anything?
No, I just said his little mantra that he always says is like, I expand in abundance, success, and love as I encourage others to do the same.
Cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the little mantra.
So we did that, and then we got Wolverine pizza on the way home.
Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure the guy that made it's the one that took the credit card and charged me because he had all sorts of patter all over his stuff. But I'm like, you know what? That's small business right there. Man that making the pizza checks you out. That's what's up.
I mean, it was connected to a gas station, so I didn't really have high hopes, but it was actually really good. Yeah. Wolverine pizza, shout out.
Shout out to them. We'll be back. We'll be back. You want
to talk about where we went yesterday?
Yeah.
Where did we go yesterday?
The Biltmore. That's just it, the Biltmore.
It's like the Biltmore estate.
Whenever you get big, you just need one name, like Drake, Eminem.
That's my goal, is to have one name.
Okay, so is it just Kayla?
I don't know yet.
You don't even know what your one name is? Yeah.
I mean, that's not their name, though. Biltmore isn't their name. It's Vanderbilt.
Yeah, everybody knows that name, too.
So I don't really know how they got Biltmore.
They're so good they could just have two first names.
I don't research. I just research how beautiful places are. I don't research the history. I'm like walking around. There's signs everywhere, and I'm like, you can go read the signs. I don't.
Okay, so do you want me to give you some history about the Biltmore?
Educate me on the Biltmore estate.
Okay, so what I learned while I was there is the man that designed the place was hired by George Vanderbilt, right? And it was Frederick Law Olmsted. And that's who designed the place. And I think I wrote it down what he said. It says, essentially, what I have designed is to be realized. And so, like he was saying, as he was getting older, and they were doing some revisions on the Biltmore and the estates, they were doing some revisions, and he was like, as I kind of withdraw essentially from these projects a little bit and kind of do some reflecting as to why I'm doing this at all, he's like, I guess I'm just doing this kind of to be noticed, to be realized, to be taken seriously. And I just kind of thought like that was prolific, because if you see the space and you see how big this complex is and the way things are designed, it's like, this place is massive.
I would definitely say it worked. His goal worked.
It was, 18?
It's definitely realized every single day by hundreds of people.
Yeah, exactly. And
you pay money to look at it.
That's kind of what I was telling my brother-in-law, Miles. I'm like, think about how being so prolific, or your career is like so massive that people are paying to just be in the parking lot to go see the stuff that you made. It's pretty
incredible. Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll have something like that one day.
You got to build it, and they will come, they say. So yeah. What else?
You know how many acres is on the Biltmore? Did it say?
It's so big.
Like a lot. I don't even. You turn off from the main road, through a street light, and within about half a mile, you're at the entrance. I'm like, oh, here it is. Oh no, you go to the entrance and then you drive another 10 minutes.
I would say you could drive like 3 to 5 miles around.
Well, just to even get to the parking lot, to even get to walk to the estate. Right. I mean, massive. I mean,
when you look gaudy. Like almost Gothic. When you look at the structure of the building, there's actual gargoyles on the top of it. Couple gargoyles. There's a lot of crosses. I was looking at the architecture. There's a lot of copper that runs alongside the top of the building that is obviously old, so it's like faded to that green. The pitch of the roof is like super steep, if you know anything about pitches of roof, it's like a 12-12 pitch. It's like super steep, you know. It's
I don't know.
Yeah, so
I just know I probably wouldn't have wanted to live in that place growing up. It's super creepy.
Yeah, that's
Too
what I was
big.
saying. If you were like a kid going to grandma and grandpa's house, you're like, I don't want to go there. It's like, why not? It's like, the place is crazy. The place is huge.
Oh man, but it was beautiful. The grounds. I mean, so again, this time of year, I think even yesterday was the first day they said like tickets were super cheap just because I assume the grounds are more blooming and green and there's lots of flowers and it was just like dead. Everything's dead. But
so the landscape
beautiful.
is this giant Gothic house is built on top of a hill with the kind of mountains surrounding. You can kind of look down into the valley with some rivers flowing around there. Yeah, but the part that you really liked was like the greenhouse. So
because everything was green,
right. So
indoors and getting lots of.
So the Frederick Law Olmsted designer guy, when he said that, I realized I designed this stuff because I want to be noticed or realized. It's like the Vanderbilt guy had so much money and wanted to create something so special because of that landscape that he had noticed and seen. And then that Frederick Law guy was able to design it and create it and make it spectacular. And now people pay money to come visit it at all times of the year. They said people even pay a yearly membership just essentially to go walking out there.
Yeah, which is cool. Yeah, it was pretty incredible, honestly.
The greenhouse was really spectacular. Like in Florida, well, coming from Oklahoma City, you had the botanical gardens, which I've been in, which are really, botanical gardens are very nice. Then I've been to the Marie Selby Gardens, which they have a lot of plants. I don't know if we went to a greenhouse there, but.
A very small one.
Okay. But then here.
This one was heaven.
This one was very spectacular.
Yeah, gosh, just keep up with that.
Probably one of the better ones I've ever been in.
Yeah.
All sorts of flowers and plants.
It was cool. It was very, very, very pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Okay, so covered the Biltmore. Now we could talk about you taking me to kind of more my zone of genius.
Mm-hmm. And a short drive over to Asheville.
Okay.
Asheville, North Carolina. That was good.
It was right there next to each other.
It just reminded me of Austin a little bit.
Okay.
With hills, but
Austin's
it was super
got a few
cool.
hills. Yeah, it's like Austin,
very artsy.
Texas.
That's why I wanted to take him. I figured he would have a good time going in the studios. There's lots of working artist studios, galleries.
Yeah.
The art garden was really cool, which I wanted to take him to. Art Garden AVL is what it's called, and that was awesome. And we always collect stickers, so I got my North Carolina Asheville stickers.
Yeah.
Got those. That's our thing. It's like when we travel, we have a whole box of stickers of our travels.
Right.
So yeah, we went there. We didn't get to explore that as much. And then we went downtown and had yummy Mexican food and
some queso.
Some queso and
walked around a little bit. There's all sorts of stuff down there.
Yeah, downtown was really nice. Lots of shops.
I like their downtown.
Yeah. So yeah, we hit the Biltmore and then Asheville, and then so that's been our last 2 days. And today, I think we're just chilling today because it's supposed to rain. So it might be a like cozy cabin, laid by the fire on the bear
Today's our
skin
relaxed day
rug.
because we've just been going. I got tired last night. We were walking around like after eating some Mexican food, and I just look at Kayla. I'm like, I hit the wall. I hit it. I'm like, I'm gonna be done. I'm done.
You are.
The thing is, though, is like I know when I hit that wall. Shoot, I could sleep in the bed of the truck for 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and pop right back up and get ready to go.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know.
You're partly narcoleptic. You could just be like, I'm gonna take a nap. Then you're out.
I don't know. I fall asleep easily.
Yeah, and anywhere.
Yeah.
I can't sleep in the car. It's hard for me.
Yeah, it is. That's a hard one though, but I make it work if I have to.
So then, since you drank, I drove home in the dark again. I didn't have any ice chips.
Yeah. Oh, poor girl.
I was pretty tired.
Felt like I slept 2 hours.
like
I
30
woke
minutes.
up and I was like, man,
Oh.
ready to go again. Ready?
Yep. So today is my birthday eve.
Yeah, tomorrow's your birthday. That's what I was going to say is we have another big thing coming up. Not just a baby, we have a birthday.
Yeah, but what did I tell you? It's like a boring number this year.
34? Your Shaquille
34.
O'Neal number? What's he? 34?
Yeah, last year
His
was Larry
Laker-
Bird. This year is Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, he was 34 in his Laker years, I think.
Those are his best years, right?
Those were his big years.
We watched his documentary. We should know.
Yeah, that was a good documentary.
And then next year will be Kevin Durant year.
Yeah.
Who's 36? No one.
Like Marcus Morris or somebody.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he went to Oklahoma State.
So
Good.
tomorrow's my birthday, and Tyler's has something super planned. I just know
She
it.
keeps pressuring me.
I just know it. It's gonna be
boy.
amazing. I'm so excited to see what Tyler surprised me with.
Man, I thought of so many different things. I really had so many different things in the cart on the checkout. So much different stuff. And it's just like, you know what? We're just going to let it fly this year. We're going to go.
Don't tell people that.
I have some things that are in the cart.
What cart? A grocery cart?
Yeah. My online virtual cart.
Like
Amazon cart.
Instacart? Just gonna order me some avocados.
Oh my gosh. You're so funny.
He's
Anyways,
about to hit that submit button on the
I know.
Instacart checkout.
we got some things going on. We got some farmers markets to hit.
So tomorrow, I think are we gonna do Charlotte tomorrow? I think so.
I thought we had a farmers market to go to tomorrow.
I don't know. I didn't plan that. Did you?
I got something written down on something somewhere.
I think you might have. Maybe you'll get one thing in that you planned this trip.
Yeah, you're right. I'll get my 10 minutes.
He basically just
it's
wakes
funny.
up and he's like,
That's-
his whole day is planned out.
Well, this comes back to a question I had. How do you think we've gotten better in our traveling? Or have you just gotten better?
I've just gotten better. You just gotten better about showing up.
I like that. I'm good at showing up. Thank you. I'll be there. I'll be there. What time?
What time? That's basically what you say.
Mm-hmm.
What time? All right. Sunset? All right.
I didn't say all right. I was like, all right.
Let's go. But yeah, I don't know. I need to research more on Charlotte. I don't know.
Well, I think we kind of, like I said, sometimes fly by the seat of our pants, and we don't. I think it's kind of good sometimes not knowing what to expect when you go into this travel, because I know when we have traveled before, we went to Lake Powell, and I've seen like pictures and stuff, and you see all these extravagant, like photo edited, Photoshop pictures, and you're like, dang. Then I got there and I was like,
Yeah.
well, this place is a dump. Like, I was very underwhelmed. I'm like,
Well,
but the thing is if I didn't know anything about it, or I hadn't seen those pictures and I showed up, I might think it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But it's like I go into these
Yeah.
into it with such high expectations for this whole thing. Kind of similar, like not really having any expectations
Yeah.
or doing any research. Then you just go be in it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and you might catch a vibe somewhere and really like a place. So
I mean, I did that with Colorado and ended up staying.
mm-hmm.
Just went and kind of checked it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, how much did you love traveling before we got together? I don't know if
I think I
I've
just
kind of invigorated that in you a little bit, or you already.
Yeah, a little bit. I think I could stay in my comfort zone, whereas you kind of helped bring that out of me a little bit, where you're like, come on, let's go. I'm like, all right, let's go. It's like
Like what?
I could just
Like
stay at
what?
the house, but you're like, come on, no, we need to go do this. I'm like, all right, let's go do this. And then after I do it, I'm like, all right, I feel better.
Mm-hmm. So why do you love traveling? Why do you think it's important to travel? Why do you think it's important for people to get out of their comfort zone?
I just think adults, as you get older, you experience less and less new things. So in order to keep your life interesting, if you keep exploring new things, new places, new food dishes, new everything, it keeps you young, keeps you feeling good, and you learn, you grow like that. So the
You
more
sound really excited when you say that.
the more traveled you are, the more world renowned you are, you know.
Yeah.
The more entertaining you are, the better.
I like what you said at the beginning where you said you experience less and less new things, which is so true because obviously when you're growing up as a kid, everything's new.
Right.
And then go from high school to college, that's brand new. You graduate college and get a real job, that's brand new. Yeah. So once you kind of hit those 30s, you're kind of just like stuck in your mundane routine. And I've never been a fan of mundane routine. So I have to keep my spirits alive by seeing new places. And like you said, you asked how we've gotten better. And I just think traveling is definitely, it will test you. It will challenge you when you're walking into something brand new. Get 0.8 miles away from the house and we come up on this freaking test. I'm like, how are we going to handle this? So it kind of helps, it kind of tests our relationship too, of like being in the car all day. And
Yeah, we have to problem solve together on the fly,
so
tired.
that, like, I can feel that in my brain when that's happening. I'm like, ooh, we're problem solving. Yes. Like, I
We're
like
growing,
it.
We're experiencing, having an experience together. It's so funny just pulling up and just, you pull up to just
It's like a movie.
a disappeared road, and it's like I felt like ice road truckers. Like, you ever seen ice road truckers? Anyways.
Oh, there's a cat. Scared me. So yeah, that's another way I think travel is important. Experiencing new things, challenging yourself, going into the unknown,
learning new cultures or new, being with people and seeing how they utilize that space or that town.
Seeing the way other people live. It's so fascinating to me. Going to Martha's Amish bakery.
Yeah. You didn't.
I'm like, this is what
she
y'all
wasn't
do.
that impressed. I was.
No.
I liked it there.
I'm like,
this is
what y'all do every day.
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
Oh, I was going to say out of 10. Sorry.
So I think that
It
makes
wasn't
like a
very
6.
flavorful. If I would have a banana nut bread, it needs to be like banana-y, sugary, salty, and it was kind of like.
I think it was the textures.
Well, I'll go
10
back
out
there
of
and get
10.
you some banana bread. Do you think for you, being a creative artist, do you think it like resets your creativity or makes you more creative?
When I go to a place like that in Asheville, the River Arts District.
Yeah,
Is that
or
what
just
it was called?
travel in general, anywhere.
So when we went to the River Arts District, I love going to places like that. We went to the River Arts District and there were some working artists in there. Like, I guess they're studios, but partial galleries. So you have your working space in your galleries. And I talked to this one lady there. One of her walls was like all monochromatic, all black and white, textured canvas things. And then the other side was all black canvas with colors of flowers. Talked to her for a bit. She said she had only been there a little over a year and she had moved there from New Orleans. And she said she loved it there in Asheville. So it's cool to see people that are from another area like New Orleans, which is such a vibrant culture and history, to move to Asheville. It's like, why would she make that move? It's like, okay, well, there must be some sort of resurgence going on here, or some sort of revival going on here in North Carolina in Asheville. And when you see all those warehouses and all those places next to each other, that's what it is. Having a bunch of working artists together. And that just revamps all those feelings and that creativity. And it's really
cool.
Pleasure to see.
It makes me want to be creative. And I'm not even a artist or creative, but I'm like, oh, I see a painting and I'm like, I would really want to try to do that.
Yeah.
It'd just be, if I could ever sit for more than 3 hours.
Right. You have to learn
and, be in my zone, I could probably create something really cool.
You do. You unwind different ways. You unwind by reading a book, which takes a lot of sitting down, unwinding, not being tapped into anything else, but being tapped into that book, or when you're creating whatever it is, videos or anything.
I like to create like videos and photos. I love editing photos. I love editing videos.
Yeah.
Maybe production is my calling.
There you go. There you go.
Producing this by myself. What other ways are to travel? I think for just mental health. I mean, even just being here, it's really slow, but it's such a good reset from the hustle and bustle of where we live, and
Right.
we
It's
wake
busy,
up and we're
traffic.
on the go all day. And here it's like, I don't know, no one's, we walked around the neighborhood.
The
There's,
squirrels are happy.
no
The
one
deer
outside.
are happy.
yeah, there's wildlife, which I love, trees.
Cats are soaking up the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. So it just makes me like,
Makes you calm down a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
You like being in that beehive, though. You like that buzzing.
I do. But then I do crave slowing down, which is why we need to have a house in the woods and a house on the beach
Okay. There you go.
and a big city.
And a trailer to drive back and forth between it.
Because I couldn't live here full time. Could you live here full time?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah.
What would you do? Chop wood,
Yeah.
build log cabins,
Hike, help out the neighbors.
horseback ride.
I could ride a horse. I
Would
could build
you?
tree houses. I could draw. I could paint. Oh, yeah.
You could live this slow.
Yeah.
Okay. Try it out someday.
Yeah.
We'll try your way and then my way.
Turn everything off. Can't find me. You need me. Got to drive all the way out here through a flood. You know, it's like,
Your beard is 3 times as long.
see you come up the driveway about half a mile. I got time to prepare.
Prepare for what?
Whatever. I don't know. You know, like strategically in warfare, if you're on top of a hill, you have an advantage. So just strictly from a military or a combative or commander standpoint, you want to have a good distance and see them coming.
So when I come up the driveway, it's going to be warfare.
Here she comes. We got her. Yep. About a half mile. We got her. Prepare.
Probably need to, honestly. I probably have a million things for you to do when I get there.
She's got the list. She's coming with the list. Hide. Get to your hiding places.
Groceries are in the car.
Get in the safe house. Tyler, I know you're in there.
I know. It does take a lot for me to slow down. I think even this morning, my little devotional was just about, it was more so about the grass being greener on the other side. And it's like, it basically was like, it's exhausting trying to constantly climb over fences. Like, oh, the grass
Right.
is greener on this side. Okay, I'm going to hop that fence. And then it's green. And then after a while, you're like, oh, but it's better somewhere else.
Right.
You know, so just being grateful, enjoying where you are in the moment. And I think being in nature really helps me with that.
Yeah. To me, being in nature, if you really sit in it and you're really in nature for a long time, you realize how minute you are. You understand like yourself from a different perspective as far as, wow, you know, there's so many other animals or things going on. They have to deal with all this weather, the climate, you know, different, just so many other things. And we're just, you know, have it fairly easy. So,
Yeah, those poor deer.
yeah,
I wonder where they sleep.
they build their nice little nest.
Where them deers have nests?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Never seen a deer nest.
We'll have to look that up later.
I never see like a huge nest in the middle of the trees where they burrow in.
Well, they're not going to let you see it. No, they're better than that.
Okay,
That's
so
funny.
I even bought. I don't have. Should I go get my sticker that I bought yesterday that I wanted to show?
You want to go grab your sticker?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep everybody entertained. Hey.
You have to be a girl and a boy.
That's not true. I don't have to do that. Yeah, so while Kayla goes and gets her stickers, or she goes and searches, she's had this brain going on lately
Okay.
where she can't think good because she's got another human being in her.
I forgot there.
And it's taken some of her thinking capabilities. Oh my gosh. That's that real baby bump.
Okay.
What do you think?
Basically, it had a city. It was like a city and then nature underneath. And it was like, sometimes you just need to unplug.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the brain one.
Yeah. And unplug your brain or something like that.
Sometimes you need to unplug.
And I really like that. I think I told you the it's like a trend going on where people are posting like, oh, I was wondering why I was so anxious and depressed. And they're like showing them drive through a city or being in traffic or on the highway or lots of people and cars. And then it's like, so I left. And then they switch it over and they're like in the mountains, secluded, in nature. And that's how I feel sometimes.
Yeah, they probably filmed that video in like 30 seconds and then they were like, let's get out of here.
Nature?
Yeah, they probably went out there and they're like filming in the woods and they're like, I don't know how to survive out here. And they're like, we got to get back to that apartment. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people like can't handle it either. Like we are so, like any of us, like even if you're the baddest dude around, like to go stay out in the elements and just throw up a tent and like make your own fire and like try to survive, you know, that seems like so crazy.
I would love to see you do that. Think you could do that?
I think I don't think I could do it by myself. I think if I had a group of like, you know, there's like 5 of us maybe. Like 3 to 5.
That video of those
Of the survivors.
Yeah, with the girls and the boys.
Yeah,
the
that's an old video.
Oh my God, that is.
Do you remember what that show was called?
Well, it wasn't Survivors. It was in a different country. It was in a different country.
It wasn't Survivor.
Oh my gosh! But basically, it was like the difference between when men have to survive and women have to survive. So I think they were all couples, right? Or they were all couples, but they separated the men from the women, and they got to survive, and the women had to survive. And
right. So
oh my God!
I don't know if they had different objectives or what. I think they had like they all started in a certain spot, and they had to
make their way.
Try to navigate their way through basically.
Oh my God!
The woods.
I'm gonna link it.
The woods in this jungle.
Yeah, I'm gonna link it in the show notes. You guys have to watch it. It's the women are such.
Essentially,
babies.
what happens is the group of women are trying to get to this other location. That's like the objective. Well,
they keep like going in circles.
They kind of keep walking in circles, essentially, and then they're getting flustered and they're all frustrated with each other and they're kind of having cat fights, you know, and they're bickering with each other. But they're getting really close. They walk out and they get real close to the spot that they're supposed to be, and then they end up going right back to where they came from.
Oh my God, they complain about the littlest things, and then the men are over here like, ah, they're having the best time of their lives.
Yeah, there's like 6 guys and they're like fishing out in the ocean. They're like swimming. They're hugging. They're like, they're hugging.
They're laughing. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. I'm gonna link it because it's so true.
I don't know.
That's why I just feel like if we were out there in the middle of the woods,
right?
How would that go down?
Right.
If we had to survive.
Well, you would definitely want a little security, a little protection, a little.
Yeah. So where would I find that?
Oh jeez, I'm gonna cry. It's funny.
I think I would give you more protection than you would me.
Oh my gosh, you're funny.
Oh.
I have to call somebody.
You'd wake up, be like, "All right, so what are we doing today?"
No, I'd be like, "Are you up?
No, you won't.
Fire's been rolling. I haven't slept all night. I'm on bear duty. Got this freaking pistol on my hip. Haven't slept a wink. You and Berkeley over here just snoozing."
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Oh my God, that's what I would be saying to you. Been on bear duty all night.
Can't even go pee. He's freaking on bear duty. Gotta watch my son and watch my baby and watch my dog.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shoot.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what would you be good at and what would I be good at in that instance?
As far as like the survival,
yeah,
you literally are always thinking. You're always like, "What's next? What's next? What's next?" Like, there's gonna come a point where there is no next anything. There's like you have to chill. You have to like turn it all off almost,
and just sit there.
Yeah. Like if you're surviving, You literally, it's like fire, water.
So what would I be good
food.
at? That's something I'm not good at.
That's what I'm saying. That would be hard for you to have to let go a little bit. But I think you would be good at, I don't know, that's hard.
Wow.
Could you cook? Could you cook fish or something?
I couldn't catch it. I could cook it.
Maybe you could plant stuff. You could plant some seeds and you could pick fruit. Oh, I guess I'm going to be by myself. Shoot.
What if I ever planted anything?
We're going to have to keep you at the house. I don't know. Jeez.
Okay,
Yeah.
what would you be good at?
Fishing. I can fish.
Okay, with a stick?
I could
Where
probably
would you
catch,
get string?
if I get real hungry, I could probably catch a small gator with my hands. I'd be like, I haven't eaten in 2 days. I'm like, I'm going to get that gator.
Yeah,
I'll get some string,
You could.
something. I'm like, babe, come over here, get the pocket knife, get something. Watch me. Get this baseball bat or
What would
something.
I do?
I don't
Have a
know.
baseball
Watch me.
bat
I feel
in the
better when
woods.
you're next to me. So get over here and watch this. Watch me wrestle this small gator.
With a baseball bat and a pocket knife.
Whenever COVID first happened and everybody was tripping out and didn't know what the hell was going on, I remember thinking, luckily I did live close to my uncle who's like an Army Ranger and who's like certified badass and he's got guns, and I was like, okay, well that makes me feel safe because I know if shit hits the fan, he'll be there to help protect us. But yeah, I wouldn't have those intuitions or skills that he has like that.
Hiding behind him.
Well, I'd probably be a little bit faster walker and runner than him, but other than that, that's all right. He wouldn't be able to do the monkey bars and all that because of his bum shoulder, but it's all right. I won't call him out or anything.
No. Oh my goodness. Well, hopefully we are never put in that situation. But
Yeah, no,
I really wouldn't know what to do.
it'd be hard.
Hopefully my camera never died so I could document the whole thing
Yeah,
and then edit it.
yeah, I'm sure people would be curious.
Edit it, put it out there. Okay, so tomorrow is my birthday. Ooh, 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 ooh,
Yeah, so we're in for loads
And I
of
love my birthday.
surprises.
I don't really know why I like my birthday. I tell everyone it's
Tell
my birthday.
everybody what you just went through this morning and looked at all your birthday
Yes.
photos from previous years, and what do those previous years look like on your birthday?
Yeah.
What have you
so
done in
I'm
the past?
I'm always somewhere I don't live, which is awesome. Well, there's one year I was, but
Okay, so
somehow I'm always traveling during my birthday. which I
somehow you're
love.
always in a different place.
Yeah. So 2020 was LA, 2021 was Florida, 2022 was Colorado, 2023 was New York, and then this year's North Carolina.
Wow. So we only have so many states left.
I know, so many years left.
It's pretty good though. Actually, that's good. Maybe you should be in a different state every year on your
Yeah.
birthday. That'll be a good
so
tradition.
in Oklahoma I've been in.
Yeah. you've been
Anyway,
there.
I've probably been in more different times, but that was just my consecutive years of travel.
It's a good streak. It's a hot streak.
So
Keep that streak
yeah,
going.
so I just love telling everyone my birthday. I'm like, it's my birthday. And most people
Yeah.
are like, don't ever want to say it's their birthday. And then you're talking to them or you hear someone talking to them and they're talking about their birthday. I'm like,
You
I
didn't
didn't
tell
know it was
me.
your birthday.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm not like that. So we're going to do that. Tyler has an amazing, immaculate day planned for me tomorrow that I
Yes.
have no idea. I'm going to be totally surprised.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, I know what I wanted to do and where I wanted to take you, but I'm sure you might come in with some other plans.
Oh, it's a wide open day. I
Okay.
left it open
Good.
because I know you had a surprise.
Nice.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And then Sunday, we're also doing a bucket list of mine, and that is going to Elevation Church.
Yeah,
Pastor Stephen Furtick.
if he's not there preaching, she might have a cow.
I know. I think he's. Only thing I don't exactly know, which I'm pretty sure I do, is the location at which he's at, because there's multiple locations. But I'm pretty sure he's at Valentine location. And that's where we're going. In the
Okay.
morning, we're going to go Sunday service, see one of my favorite pastors,
Yeah.
and then we'll head out and go back to Florida.
Yeah.
And then it's Martin Luther King Day on Monday.
There you go.
So I just feel like there's so many holidays around this time. Oh, It's
a lot
like
of stuff
Christmas,
going on at the beginning of the
New
year.
Year's, my birthday. I have lots of Capricorn friends, by the way. Lots of Capricorn friends. Lots of people I know are in January.
A lot of birthday gifts to be had.
Yep. Can't wait for mine tomorrow.
Well, what do you got any final things to say about our travels and
No, just
your
that,
birthday and this baby boy?
yeah,
And
lots going on. It's almost the middle of January, and he'll be here at the end of February, and then our lives will be forever changed.
yeah, it's our last little hoorah together. So coincidentally enough, Nikki, whose house we were in, she asked me several years ago when you and I were dating, she said, you know, are you and Kayla considering children? And I kind of just, so me and Kayla are enjoying our time right now. And at that moment, I really was. And it's not the fact that I didn't want children. It's just like I enjoy those moments that we have. And I'm not necessarily in a hurry to like.
You weren't at that time?
Yeah, I'm like not in a hurry for this, if that makes sense, because I've probably like rushed a lot of other things in my life or rushed other relationships or done. So I want this thing to take its own course and like have its own, its own life and not be like, this is what we need to do.
But
And
now
this is how
that
it needs
it
to
is
be.
happening, do you think we have had a sufficient amount of time together until this next journey?
To me, it wasn't even my decision. This was a God thing. This was a gift from heaven. This was something that was not of my doing. And it's just like,
kind of.
Well, I just think that I'm telling you, like, this is just bigger than me.
Yeah.
So it's not.
But like consciously, literally looking at it now and your human brain, do you think you're like, okay, if I would have planned this, how long have we been dating? 2.5 years of dating with Kayla. Traveling was a sufficient amount of time. Just us two.
I mean, I don't know if that's like really a sufficient amount of time for what? I don't know, like to have a child, you mean? Or
No, like just our alone time now. You could be
our alone
like,
time.
yeah, and then you'd be like, okay, I think like we're ready to add a little spice.
I think that we're still going to have to find that alone time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I don't think that should go away.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But like, it's just going to be different. So we're going to have to fight for that time, if that makes sense. We're going to have to set those boundaries of making these times for one another, but we're also have to put the life of our baby ahead of everything else.
Yeah. But we still want to travel.
Yeah.
Don't want that to go away. Or don't want that to go away. That's literally what I've just been thinking about, praying about. It's like, I don't want to get stuck in the mundane routine.
So when I was young, I didn't get to travel a whole lot. I think we went to Universal Studios as a kid, maybe once. Maybe did some like in-state camping and stuff like that. So never like really cross-country road trips. And I think just seeing how smoothly things have been for you and I as we travel, bringing a child into that kind of space. What kind of child wouldn't want to grow up camping outside and being outdoors and seeing different parts of the United States? Like, you might not even understand what's going on, but you do know that feeling of freedom. You do know that feeling of like hearing animals and feeling the wind and that plays into your subconscious and into your brain as to how you feel later on in life. So I think a lot of people want to protect their child and they keep them indoors or they keep them at home and they just like really like, it's like you're protecting your child so much like this that like when they go out and bump their knee or fall down that it's like, oh my gosh, you're all right. It's like, and then they're, whereas if we get out and you learn those boundaries as a kid, maybe what you're capable of, what you're not capable of, you kind of trust yourself and your instincts a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that, and I think traveling really teaches you about minimalism, and I'm all about minimalism, and it's almost like I don't want to set such high standards for my child, where it's like the standards are so high and they're constantly reaching for that. It's like I want them to just learn the very basics of life, and I feel like you learn that through nature, traveling, being very minimal, and then being like he's content and happy and grateful for that minimal of a lifestyle, that anything above that is like he's just grateful for that, you know.
Right.
Whereas I feel like people just, they think they have to give their child the world, like everything. But I'm like, you're going to be grateful for the very little that you have. And not to say we aren't going to be able to provide more, but I don't want to.
If you want your child to be resilient, then the child probably needs to be in resilient situations.
Right.
That builds resiliency.
Right. Yeah.
So actually, when you want to give, may not be the best interest of the child.
Yeah.
Kind of depending what it is.
That, and like you said earlier, when people are so overprotective, you can't keep your child from harm the rest of its life.
Right.
So it's better to just instill that in them, the resiliency and the perseverance and overcoming challenges really early on.
Well, we are giving all this advice without him being here, but when he gets here, we'll just have to go back and play this episode and go, okay, that's what we got to do. I said it.
Or in 3 years, I'm like the most helicopter mom ever.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? What is that in your hand?
No, I hope I'm not like that. Am I like that with Berkeley? I mean, I don't know.
A little bit. I give him a little bit more leniency on things. You're more like last night in the dark. Let him know. No. I'd be like,
that's
go.
Only because I don't want him to go in the mud.
Yeah, I don't care because I think dogs have this special thing on their paws where it just like comes off. I don't know. It's like they just clean themselves magically.
I don't think they clean themselves.
It just takes a little
just try not to
towel.
make a mess.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was good.
Just takes a towel.
I am hungry again. So
hungry?
We're going to go eat.
So you're cooking medium steaks?
If you go to the grocery store and buy them.
I'm on my way. Hey, it's been fun. It's been real. We just touch bump fuzzies.
Those are fuzzies, aren't they?
Better believe it. I just want to say that I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. And as your birthday draws near, it's just been a special time in my life having you as my partner. And I just think you're a very amazing human being. You're equally beautiful on the inside as you are the outside. And cheers to another revolution around the sun.
Thanks, babe.
So, I love you. I'm proud of you.
I love you too. That's not my present, is it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Just some kind words.
Love you.
I love you too. Cut.
Bye.
Cut.